Hi everyone, now that I have completed my Johanna Basford 2022 weekly planner, I thought I would do a flip through for you. Now I won't be able to remember what pencils I use for each page, but I thought it would just be fun to show you all the pages so you could have a look. Well done to all of you who have finished yours. I know it's quite a big undertaking, isn't it, having a sort of commitment every week to do a page. Hopefully you've been enjoying it, but you know, for those of you who have to go out to work or have busy family lives, it's quite hard to always fit it in, and I'm sort of just lucky because I'm always at home. Well, not always, but you know, I'm working from home. So let's come in a little closer so you can see. This is obviously a sort of double page on this first bit. I know I used metallic pens on this, which was quite fun, and every page actually has a tutorial, so you can go back and find them. So that's something worth noting. And this one is a nice one from World of Flowers. But once I turn the page to the first sort of proper picture, I shall move it into the middle because I think my camera focus is better in the middle, so I think that's better to do that. Now this was a bit of a cheat. I always try on the very first week to make it look a little bit Christmassy. So this sort of, I was trying to get the idea of sort of lights in windows, different colour sort of fairy lights in windows with the sort of silhouetted items. I'd also done this page already, so I wanted to do something really different, so that was fun. And this one has glitter. Now, I don't know how easy it's going to be for you to see, but each leaf is coloured in a particular colour, and then the edge of the leaf has got some glitter pen on it. I think these are Pentel hybrid pens because the colours are a little bit, they look different in different light, so I think that might be those. So that is that tree. Now, no idea where that tree came from. I don't think it is in a book, which is quite interesting. So yeah, it was quite a fun one to do because I'd never done it before. All the others, because I've done all of Johanna's books, I'd done all the others. So this one looks like it's done with pastel pencils to me. Oh, it's a bit different, but the inky bits are a shiny gel pen. I don't know how easy it is to see. And this one from, maybe it's from Secret Garden. Trying to think. I did one similar to that in the actual book with orange and purple. My son claims they don't go together at all, but they're opposite on the colour wheel, which implies they work. But I think they're interesting together. Oh yes, very bright one from Lost Ocean with our gold pocket watch. That was a fun one to do. Never really sure what to do for these round bits. And I noticed Hannah Carlson also has sort of round bits like this under her water in her pages. Never know what to do. Oh yeah, he was a three-parter. I think we did the background, then the toucan, then the rest. That was a fun one to do. We've got a glittery sparkly border on here. I think you might be able to see particularly there where the light's catching a little bit, and the leaves up here actually are glittery. So I sort of made the border glittery and everything else not. So that was interesting, just a bit different. A nice heart for February. I wonder if we've got a heart for February in the new book. I happen to have it here. I'm now really curious, and I might be mid video, but I'm just going to go and have a look in the new book. No, we don't have a heart. We have that one. I think we'd run out. I think Johanna doesn't have any more new hearts. This heart's got distress ink in the background, which is interesting. Yeah, I've got the new one there because I've got to start doing it, which is exciting. I have done a flip through of the new one. I did it back in June when I got it, so if you want to have a look at that to see what it's like, you can do. You may already have your copy by now. This one is just a really simple pastel background with a gold pen, but it's quite effective, isn't it? Gold and purple, I think, are always good friends. Oh yes, this one was a fairly long series, I seem to remember. We got a pastel sky, sort of clouds, but we got a pencil sea, which is interesting. Tried something a bit different. Very dark. I think that was done with Holbeins, I seem to remember. I don't know. Anyway. So here I used a sort of star stencil to do various stars in different places, which was quite fun and different, just to try something different on that page, because I'd done it quite a few times before. Well, probably once. So here is our Lost Ocean page, which was fun. Little elements from the sea, which I enjoyed. I don't remember which ones I showed you on video, but okay. This is a very pretty picture. This is one of my favourites of Johanna's from Magical Jungle, and I've coloured it lots of times. I've got 3 copies of Magical Jungle that I've coloured it in. Several to my own liking, as I did with this one, and one I follow Chris Cheng's video, which is absolutely beautiful. And actually it was one of the ones I started with because it's a little bit shorter. It was a really good place to start with hers if you're looking at hers and find them daunting, which I very much did. This particular one is a little bit easier because there's not quite so much to the picture. It's not such a detailed picture. Ah yes, I wanted to try something really different. So we've got a pastel background, we've got some pencil on top, and we've got some white, and we've got some silver stars. So that was fun. We needed something because we've got a big blank space, because this is from Ivy. There was a bit of a story in there which has been taken out for this purposes of this book. And some of the windows as well were done in white pencil, which is quite interesting on top of the pastel. Could have erased it, I guess. Maybe I did. Don't remember. Oh, that's bright. Look at that. Wow, it's really catching the light to my eye. This is one of my chrome pens, which is like an alcohol marker with painting. It is a little bit streaky. What I find with it is, put it down there, it's lovely. But if you miss a little bit and then try and go back over it, it looks all messy. So it's quite an art getting that right. But I think it was fun. And these are stickers. Just stuck some stickers on in the gaps. It's just interesting, a bit different. Oh, this one's nice. This is some Enchanted Forest, isn't it? It's quite plain, simple, nice golds in there, nice warm colours overall. So that was a fun one. We have our bee. Bee is fun. He's got some glitter on his edges of his wings, which is really cool. And I remember having such fun with these florals. Really, really pretty. And this one we've got another more glitter. This is done with, I'm pretty sure it's done with metallic pencils. And then we've got glitter pen on the edges, so it's really quite shiny, which is a lot of fun. I don't know if they're the Castle ones or if it's a different brand. I'm not sure. Not sure if I had the Castle ones by then. So here we have a Lost Ocean picture. Again, lots of just bold, bright colours, which I think is really fun. Didn't do any background. Quite often haven't done backgrounds in here. I think sometimes it just pops off the page with a white. If we'd put a background of sea, we'd have lost something in there. The blues and greens would have sat back. It wouldn't have looked so bright. Well, this was my attempt at doing some sort of bubbles or something. Didn't quite come off as well as I'd hoped. I think they're a little better if you do them smaller. But anyway, it was an interesting one for you to have a go at. Now this one again, we've used a silver pen in the background. It's very bright. I don't think that's a chrome marker. It looks actually it's a silver glitter pen. There's glitter all over the place. So that was interesting, but it's nice. It's really wintry for a May picture, isn't it? All those cold colours, apart from that little butterfly, which is orange. Ah, yes. This was such a complex page. I think I only did a little bit for you, but what I chose to do is to keep to a very limited colour palette so that it made it a lot easier for me. I did that on my poster that I pulled out of my book. I'm just going to sneeze. Oh, that's better. Didn't sneeze in the end, but anyway, I feel better now. So now we have got this one from Enchanted Forest. I always find this tree a little difficult to do. What do you do in the background? You know, should I have done that bit of colouring around the edge all the way through the centre? Who knows? It's a little bit of a tricky one, but I had fun with it. That's all that matters really, isn't it? Oh yes, I remember this one. It was, I tried to do something a bit different with the background with a little circle stencil, and to try and make it look like there were blossoms in the distance. I think it looks better from a distance, I have to say. There's white pen, there's pink pen, there's all sorts going on. The colours are nice, pretty and delicate. Now this one has a pastel background in little splodges in a few places, and these really pretty florals. Another Lost Ocean. I think I was showing you how to do these in a simple way because they've got so many details all over them. It can be really daunting to try and have to worry about all of those bits. So I think I just wanted to show you how you could just let those details show through without having to colour them in. So that was that. I've got very sparkly gemstone down here. I don't think it's catching the light. So just a glitter pen on the edge. Ah yes, I used my Prismacolors and was very disappointed with my colour choice when I finished that one. But hey, that's how it is. And they're not always perfect. I was a bit happier with this one, trying out a different colour for leaves so that I was moving away from always using green. So that was interesting. Sorry. And here we have another one which, although they're green, they're a very bluey green, which I thought looked pretty when I saw someone else use it, and so I had to go myself, and I think it worked well in this particular picture, although perhaps the butterflies could have done with being a little bit paler, but then maybe the fact that they stand out is a good thing. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Ah yes, and again, no green leaves. So this time we have pinks and purples. It's quite a fun one, isn't it? And this black background, which always take forever. You always think, oh, well, the background would be quick if I do it in pen. It always takes me ages because I have to concentrate so hard. Also, I lost some of the stems from the flowers too. Ah, now this is done with Castle Metallics here, and probably normal castles here. These aren't metallic, so her thoughts are done with the metallic. And I really like, you can see it's got a bit of a shine, but then these shine a little bit, maybe not quite as much. But I really like the tones of the metallics. I think it worked very well in that picture. Oh yes, this one. This took ages, I remember. I showed you a few of them and then just continued on my own, and it took so long. It's left a really pretty pattern on that side. I haven't been putting paper between my pages. This is exactly why you should, if you want to preserve that page. I don't, so I didn't worry. Ah, that explains the pattern. Yes, again, that's Castle Metallics, and I just picked lots of different blues and just did sort of randomness, I guess, which was fun. I didn't try and make too many the same. You know, if you try and pick out every one that looks like that and do them all the same, you go a bit bonkers. So I think I just did it a bit randomly, and that worked well for me. Ah yes, this is from Magical Jungle, of course. There is a very subtle yellowy greeny pastel background going on there, fading up to the top. You can't really see it, I don't think, even I can a little, maybe you can see that that isn't white. But it was a fun one to do. I do like these warm colours together. It's just right for the August page, which is what it is. And this was done with pastel tint pencils, that's right. And I found it a little difficult to get shading with them. Getting more used to them now and working out how to do that. But that was when I hadn't had them for very long. Oh, it was a big drip go past the window. Snow must be thawing. And this one, yes, a limited colour palette again, just purples and pinks and blues with the green, and I think it worked nicely there. Sometimes it can get a little bit overwhelming if you add in too many different colours. Yes, I remember this was done with watercolour pencils, and it was one of my earlier attempts at using my Newcastle watercolour pencils. They're quite fun. I can see I've got a few splodgy bits where I didn't carefully brush it neatly enough. But yeah, I was quite pleased with that. And there's a little bit of silver glitter pen around each wing, which might be a little tricky to see. Excuse me. Oh yes, this one I remember. These are quite daunting these with so many bits and pieces. In a way, it can be quite nice. You come along, you just colour that. And you go away, you come back, you just colour that sort of thing. So you can do it that way, and then it could feel slightly less daunting, but I find that for me, I want to do it all, and it can be tricky. But what I've done here is I've used some different pens to show you how you can use glitter pens or silver and gold gel pens, or even these sort of chrome metallic-y reflective ones for different things, so that you can see that you don't always have to just use pencil all the time, and it's a bit quicker as well. But the mixed media approach some people really enjoy. Oh, autumn. What an autumn feel we have. I seem to remember I showed you a little section and then just continued all the leaves in a very similar colours throughout. That was a lot of fun. Nice colours, aren't they? Very warming. I need warming up today. All I can see out the window is snow. Now this one I slightly spoiled. I'll explain why. I enjoyed colouring the pencil work, and then I went over the sea with a pastel thinking we're looking through the water, so we wanted the pastel to be on top of everything. But because this, for example, the sail, I'd left some white and now it's blue, it doesn't quite work in the way I had hoped it. I think I should have put some sort of white stripes all the way across or something in order to make it look like we're looking through maybe a glass thing or something, so that you can really see what I was trying to achieve. It actually just looks like I messed up, I think, sadly. But, yeah. I know what I was aiming for. So here is our toucan. I think this was a 3-part tutorial with various different techniques for the different leaves, which I enjoyed. And this is a very cute drawing of Johanna's, so I had a lot of fun with this one, colouring it in. I'm sure I hope you did too. It's a nice one. Apart from the hippo, I think that's one of my favourite little animals. And this one again, we've got black background. It makes the paper a bit thick and strange, but that's okay on a single-sided book. Even if it's, you can see how it's sort of warped, so you have to be a bit careful when you're using paint. Colouring on the back, and sometimes, but if you colour the back first and it doesn't go through, then it's perhaps not so bad. But that one stands out. That background really helps it all to pop out, which was the idea. Now this was one of our Halloween, I think it was the Halloween page, and I used a glitter pen, and when I photographed it sort of like that, people thought I'd done some sort of moonshine, but I hadn't. It was just the glitter reflecting the light. Look at it. But it was a lot of fun to do that one. I was pleased with that. Again, I was trying to do a Halloween-y feel to this one. I know some people aren't keen on Halloween, but you know, it was just a different colour scheme. You don't have to think of it as Halloween, just an alternative way to colour. So doing black was really different for me and great fun. Now here we have another watery scene. This one is rather more successful, I think. I think this was done with Staedtler. Ergo Soft Soil Design Journey. I recognise these pinks as being Staedtler pinks, so yeah, but it's a nice picture actually. I do like aquatic pictures, particularly like water lilies and things like that. I think they are quite fun. An elephant in the bottle. This is another painted picture using my, I haven't used them enough. I need to practice them a lot more, I think. But this was the Castle Arts watercolour pencils, and our elephant's got a little bit of shine. Now here are our crabs. Now the crabs, I think they were coloured in Prisma, and I did a sand colour background, and then I did some dots with pens to make it look more like sand. I think it probably would have benefited from a lot more dots, but I just sort of lost the will, to be honest. So it takes a while to do, and you're like, I think I'm done. I don't think it's done, but I think I'm done. And pretty fuchsia page with our little bugs with a bit of glitter on their wings. So that was fun. I like doing that one. I do like fuchsias. And here we are in December. So the first one was our snow globe, and I coloured all the snow just with a very sparkly pen. which was a lot of fun. I didn't worry too much about, I put a bit of blue here I can see, but not too much. It's just lots of sparkle and glitter. And then we have our hair, which is, I used this 3D pearl paint on Sky, which was fun, and had a lot of fun with that one actually. Really cute hair. And then the sleigh, we've got the pearl paint again. It's quite blobby here, but it's quite fun being three-dimensional. You can see how it catches the light. It's I think it just says 3D pearl effects, but I definitely think it's quite silver. It doesn't say it's silver. Oh, it does here, look. Silver. So it's really pretty, beautiful. Look at that. And the sleigh has got glitter, and the presents have got glitter. There's all sorts of shine going on there. A lot of fun. And then we have our very last page, which I just completed this morning, so that I showed you some of the elements on this page. Now you can have a look and see if you can spot where I went very wrong. Right, my first mistake was after doing my very first candy cane here, when I did my second one, I started with the red at the bottom. This one I started the red at the tip, and of course it was wrong. So I thought, oh well, I'll just do them every other one. So I do this one with a white bottom, this one with a red bottom, this one with a white. Great. However, I messed up because look at the ends. You've got a red, a white, a red, a white, a red, a red. What happened was in the central part of one of them, this one here, can you see either side of the ribbon? They're different colours. They should be the same colour. So it all went a bit wrong, but I thought, oh, no one will notice. Obviously I've just shown you, but I just want to show you that, you know, it sometimes goes wrong, but hey, it's who's going to notice? And if they are going to notice, why are they even looking? I'm just seeing whether I've coloured in the back cover. No, I haven't. That's all the colouring I've done in that one. There is a back cover like that on that one. I didn't do those. So that is all of the planner. So thank you for watching, and as I said earlier, well done to anyone who has completed their planner. It is quite an undertaking, and congratulations. Hopefully my pictures were inspiring for you during the year, and if not, maybe now you've had a look and you fancy having a go at some of the pages. I'm not sure if you haven't done it, but they're also quite fun to do if you've got Johanna's other books. You can use them as inspiration for those too. There's glitter everywhere, and this page hasn't even got any on. So that is that planner all done. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a really, really lovely day, and happy colouring.